And this is a message to anyone that's watching this that feels they need to be involved in my property. I'm not the one to take a bullying. I was bullied all my life by people like yourselves. I was put down by people like yourselves who always thought yourselves a better class than everybody else. That always thought yourself a class higher than everybody else because of your religious and or your organizational beliefs. The way I see it is, you can bully me, but you will not put me down and you will not stop my voice. The stronger you push, the harder I push back. I bought this piece of land behind me, this building, for £50,000 plus taxes. The intention was to put this property into a beautiful home for someone someday. But what I have uncovered is nothing short of sabotage. When I purchased this land, it was with genuine intentions to breathe life into a forgotten corner of the community and create a home where someone could live in peace. But from the very beginning, it seems that certain neighbours did not like the idea. Shortly after I got the keys, the first problem surfaced. The septic line that was shared with the neighbour was cut and dropped and just dumped on the middle of my ground. And then came the perimeter fencing. Whoa. Now this part of the property is massively overgrown. When we started taking away the property here and starting clearing up the trees, there used to be all trees up here, the next door neighbour decided to fence off what they deemed as their side of the property. But looking at the deeds, they've actually taken a lot of the land away from us. They didn't ask permission to put them down. I will have to take them down and I have to draw a letter to them, hoping they'll understand and come and speak to me with respect. But when it comes to land and Northern Irishmen, they tend to want to take a bit more than they have to, and then it's up to you to fight it back. So we have to fight it back. But according to the deeds, the line of my property goes where Joe is there. And if you see the fencing, it goes across here, and that container sitting over there is on my land. But they've taken more and started posting these posts across, which is actually, it's not lawful, but I'm not willing to start a big fracas about it. But I want my land to be where the deeds say my land is. I have a straight line, and I've got maps going back to the 1800s when this building was built. And you can see they've continually encroached on the property and taken, I would say, a good 500 square feet of land according to this thing. So we'll probably go to negotiation, and hopefully they'll not be too bad with me and not be disrespectful and give me the land back that I have purchased from the church. The church didn't care about it because the church really didn't monitor the land, but it was slowly being encroached. And since I've acquired the property, they've done a big jump from the container that used to be the perimeter of the property, and they've jumped a bit more, which is unlawful, but we will make sure that that is sorted. There's nothing you can do when the land maps say there's a straight line up there. They shouldn't have encroached on it, but we'll deal with it. I don't want to be a Northern Irishman and fight over stupid amounts of meterage of land, but it's actually quite insulting that they never came to me and just put these posts up thinking, he'll not see it and he'll not look at the deeds, and we'll just go ahead and take more land for ourselves and it doesn't belong to us, and it's theft. That's actually theft, isn't it? Oh, hi. Sorry to interrupt you where you're in your watching of my videos, but getting out of this. Too many of you are watching this video and you're not subscribed. Please help the channel, let me produce better quality videos, and subscribe, like, and always click the alert button. There we go. My land, clearly marked on the titles and the deeds and the maps, was quietly and slowly swallowed up in the absence of the previous owner. They moved the boundaries and fenced off what they claimed as theirs, even though historic records and deeds shows otherwise. Documents here, they show a straight line, but the newest documents that show map lines show a slow easement onto this land. I intend to chase it through legal procedures, but I'm waiting for more damage to occur before it stops. Did it stop there with the fence boundary being taken and the septic line being cut? Nope. I was reported to the Historic Environmental Division. I wonder, are these the ones that have reported me? Are these the ones that are working in these government departments? I found it really weird that I never was allowed to be involved in the room I wasn't invited to the meetings to discuss the planning issues around this. I wasn't invited to communicate. I wasn't even involved. And you know what? I own this property, but yet other people were involved and they were allowed to sit and communicate about property that didn't even belong to them and make this property a listed B2 building. So bad head ruled in favor of whoever complained and allowed this building to become a historically listed building. All it is a church hall that used to be a school. Now, I don't even know if I can even turn it into a house anymore. But I find it weird that since I became the new owner of it, suddenly the scrutiny, the damage, the fence lines, everything else, including complaints about the car parking facility that which I owned and was used by our neighbours, I fenced it off because, well, it was my property. And as far as I'm concerned, when I buy it, it's private property. It's not for use by a traditional group of people who refer to themselves as orange men. Now, they came and asked me when I first acquired the business, who am I? What's my name? Where am I from? What school did I go to? And I put my money out. They investigated what I did, who I was, where I went, and how I did it. And I believe firmly that this person or these people that are involved in this, they are involved in the very planning department that has now set this building to do nothing. It is doomed because someone does not want neighbours. And I believe firmly and foremostly that they're using their government position to get their personal views and the inability for someone to move here of a different class or a different religion from theirs. I actually put my career on this. It just feels like sabotage has happened, and I'm calling it out for what it is. I find it suspicious that a whole group of people who don't talk to me, who don't have any communication to me about my hall, and do the damage that they do and take the land that they wish without permission and without even acknowledging me as a human being. It's absolutely disgustingly rude, not gentlemanly at all. There's no honour in what they're doing. So is this a governmental abuse of position? We will see. And I will do videos of the likes. This is a typical example of Northern Irish culture where people oppress other people because of their religious understandings. I believe that's what it is. To see a septic line being cut after they found out who bought it is an indicator that they do not want it. There's a septic line there, and that was cut to the neighbour on the same time that they moved the fence without talking to me. Not 1 ounce of communication. And it's not to say that I do not wish for this building to be used. It's not to say that I was going to do a grotesque level of historic restoration to this beautiful building. What I was going to do is I was going to turn it into a home. Can I do it now? I'm not convinced. But I'm not here to pick a fight with this community. These Orangemen, they're welcome to their neighbourhood. They're welcome to their environment. What I do not accept is their underhanded desire to prevent me from building a property beside them. If certain individuals out of their circle are not welcome to live here, they could have come to me and spoke to me about this and said something to the record to allow me to consider this as I was building or constructing the building. What I don't want to do, produce anxiety for one religion against another. That's not what I'm here to do. But what I will not do and what I will not accept is being a victim or being victimized or sabotaged into submission or giving up this property because I don't like a fight. I do like a fight. I enjoy a fight and I love winning. And maybe, just maybe, they've got their bits wrong here. They're fighting with the wrong person. Or maybe they're using their government positions. But I will find their names, I will find their positions, and I will find out where they're working. I put my money in it. This building, they want, but they want it for a song over my dead body. I just walk up here, get up here. This beautiful property needs to be refurbished to everyone's benefit. And if that means selling or renting to a Catholic person, that's just the way it is. The Orangemen will just have to give way. Ultimately, it is the way it is. If they wanted this so bad, they could have raised the money to buy it themselves instead of trying to sabotage me or my building or damaging or wrecking my building. I faced an issue just here where someone proactively wrecked the wrought iron while I was away one day by bending it and kicking it down and smashing it down there, as you can see. That used to be here. And the amount of trouble for one piece of property that I've had is ridiculous. I want to restore this girl. I want to restore it to its former glory. And I need someone to live in this property. This would be a waste of a property to allow someone that don't even own it to rule as to who lives here or what lives here or what happens to this house. And this is a message to anyone that's watching this that feels they need to be involved in my property. I'm not the one to take a bullying. I was bullied all my life by people like yourselves. I was put down by people like yourselves who always thought yourselves a better class than everybody else. That always thought yourself a class higher than everybody else because of your religious and or your organizational beliefs. The way I see it is, you can bully me, but you will not put me down and you will not stop my voice. The stronger you push, the harder I push back. And another question I ask the Heritage Environmental Department or the Planning Office, I ask you, are you being impartial? Have you people that work in the Orange Order? Are you the ones that are representing other people and the interests of your own organizations on a private life? If you are, my advice, step down before I find you, because my solicitor is getting involved. We will push this. If we find illegal behavior or immoral or unethical behavior has been done by listing this building just because you don't want Catholics to live beside you, then resign before I find you, because I will find you. So I ask HEAD or the planning department, can you guarantee impartiality on this matter? I don't feel that you can. Can you confirm there is no overlap on this matter between myself being reported and this building being listed and someone else being involved? Because if this is a stitch up, if I am being set up by sabotage, then there will be answers to be given. As this is immoral, this is unethical and illegal. If anyone is abusing their government powers to prevent progress in a community, then you guys have to resign with immediate effect.